All right, I'm back. Uh, I wanted to give an update. It's been a long time since I've been on this channel, since I've uploaded anything, basically. Basically, what's happened is my wife had another kid, and I've been working a lot. And on my weekends, which I only have 2-day weekends right now, I am busy hanging out with the kids, and I love it. Uh, we have two boys now. One's 2 years old, one's about to turn one at the end of the month. And it's amazing. The only issue that it's caused, well, there's two issues that's caused, two issues. The first one being, I haven't posted anything on the channel. I haven't been in the garage getting stuff done on the Mustang. I have been just working and hanging out with the wife and kids. And that really affects this channel. It affects my mental health in a lot of positive ways, and also in a couple negative ways, because I'd like to, play with cars and have fun with cars and start this YouTube channel and get it to be really awesome. Um, the other way it's affected me is I've gained a lot of weight. Uh, I'm right around 300 pounds right now, and I ideally want to be at about 200 pounds. So I'm 100 pounds overweight. So hopefully in these YouTube videos, you see me, shedding some pounds and getting more fit and into smaller clothes. And that'll also help with my mental health and everything. So yeah, those are two big things going on right now that have been going on the past year and a half, almost 2 years. Again, my oldest is 2 years old, 2.5 years old almost, and my youngest is about to be one. So they need a lot of time and a lot of patience, and I love them to death, and I can't imagine my life without them. But it's put pause on a lot of things. The reason I'm recording this is because I'm in the garage right now, and the Mustang's getting close to being finished. The reason I use air quotes is because it probably will never be done, as most project cars are. And when I'm saying finished, I mean it's going to be running and driving. I am going to have to get a few things for it. But yeah. Other than that, let's think. What's going on? Huh. Not much I can think of. Probably cut this part out. But there's a lot. There's actually a lot going on. So the Mustang's now got a running motor in it, transmission shifts. We haven't taken it off jack stands yet. It needs a tune because we have, cold air intake setup that's not stock, and some vacuum lines and some EGR valves bypass and whatever. So it is gonna need a tune. As I said, it's gonna need some more tires. I'm gonna need another set of Nittos for some cool wheels that I got that you guys probably haven't seen yet. They're not the fanciest of anything, but they'll work. They'll look good. It is gonna eventually need a full wrap, maybe some body work before the wrap. It's gonna need exhaust. I gotta build an exhaust for it, a custom exhaust. I think I'm going X pipe probably. And after that tune and everything, it's just gonna need some cleaning and some love and stuff. Right now, where it's at, we basically need to install 2 more speakers. We're installing the iPad in the center console, so we need to install that. We need to install seats. The rest of the dashboard, the wood trim, the bezels, the dash pad, um, some seat belts in the back seat, uh, exhaust, as I said earlier, tires, and we're gonna need an alignment and a few things, but some other good things coming, with it. So I just got a new GoPro, so that you guys can be there with me on the first drive of this Mustang. I got a bunch of suction mounts and tripods and stuff like that. A new hard drive to be able to film stuff and not have to put it on my laptop hard drive because there's not much space on there. We're still gonna do brakes in the front of the Mustang. We already did the rears. We're gonna do coilovers. We're gonna do probably a roll cage, or at least a half roll cage, maybe a 6-point roll cage with some foam on it, so we can drive without helmets. And yeah, it's been a work in progress. I will say, finally, after I don't know, I guess a year and a half of being a little bit frustrated with this Mustang, we are really close to the final stages. So it's all in there. We got drive shaft in there, rear end in there, the rear brakes, the suspension, the engine, transmission, the clutch spread, almost all the interior pieces in. We got some pretty sick seats that are going in it. They're the Corbeau GTS 2 micro suede seats. And for the rear seats, I'm going to have to actually contact Corbeau, see if I can get the same fabric and find an upholstery shop in town, which you guys will be there for. So when I get the fabric and I find an upholstery shop, I'll make sure I'm filming me taking it there, getting that done, getting it back, and you'll see the transformation of the rear seats. Right now, they're just some ugly blue, original seats. I don't know if you guys remember, but when I got this car, it was an all original 1983 Mustang Fox body convertible GLX with the V6. I think it was a 3.6 V6, carbureted V6. And it had a hole in the radiator, and it had probably a blown head gasket or two. But I knew when I was getting it that I was going to swap an LS into it. I know some people hate me for putting an LS in a Mustang, but the fact of the matter is it's lighter, it's smaller, it's cheaper to build power with, it's cheaper to, have fun with. Another thing I want to bring up is Mr. Nate Automobiles. So I started a company, or I guess unofficially started a company. I haven't got the LLC and the business license and all that stuff squared away yet. So I haven't started taking in customers or anything yet. But what I plan on doing with this business is, and hopefully you guys can see this grow, I plan on buying 80s, 90s classic muscle cars, from G-bodies, Regals, Cutlasses, Camaros, IROCs, Mustangs, Fox bodies, all those type of cars that I've always been fond of since I was a little kid. And I plan on buying these cars, fully detailing them head to toe, inside out, replacing any trim pieces that need to be replaced, replacing any missing bezels, getting maybe the carpet all shampooed up, or replacing the carpet if it's gross enough, upgrading the brakes, throwing some nice wheels and tire package on it that like fits the car. I don't think I'm going to be putting 24-inch 4G autos on any of them. I mean, I might, but finding the right stuff to kind of finish that car. And when I do that and I get it real right and the brakes are right and do a tune up and get the cars like completely dialed in, I'm gonna have my friend who's a professional photographer take some beautiful pictures of the cars, and we're gonna post them online on my website, mrnateautomobiles.com. We're gonna post them on probably Facebook Marketplace, and I'm gonna get a dealer's license, and I'm going to sell old 80s and 90s classic cars. My plan with this is kind of just a snowball method, start off with, $10,000, buy a $7,000 car, get it all cleaned up and nice and mint for that rest of that remaining $4,000, on a budget, but, get it just inside, head to toe, engine bay, interior, right wheels, just everything just dialed in, and try to sell it for a profit. And hopefully I can make a profit. I know sometimes I'll lose, but hopefully overall I can make a profit, and I can snowball that profit and that whole amount I have on my prior investment into a better car, and then a better car, and a better car, and so forth. And ideally, I want to do that and also build this channel at the same time. So this channel is following the process of starting a business from $10,000, which I don't have right now, but I'm heading towards and saving up, getting. And you guys just watch me build business and watch me sell cool cars and drive cool cars, and hopefully learn weird quirks and cool things about these cars with me. And maybe I'll find out that I don't like Regals. I've always liked the look, and I've always liked the how the interior looks, and especially the Grand Nationals and GNX and all that. But maybe it's not the car for me. And if that's true, I'll probably stop buying them, and I'll stick with Fox bodies because I know I like those. Or I will maybe move on to Porsches, start getting some 80s, 90s classic Porsches. And same thing, clean them head to toe, every inch of the car, get the right wheels for it, get everything set up and done, and post it for sale, and, hope I can make a profit and snowball it into the next bigger one. We'll see what happens with that. I'm going to post all of it. If I lose on my first car and my second car and third car, and you just see me losing money, that's what you're going to see. If I do good, you're going to see me do good. And that's it. Another few things for this channel I plan on doing is a few races. I have a buddy Joseph that I'm going to race in his Mustang. He's got, I think, a 2005 Ford Mustang GT 6-speed. So we thought we'd have fun just shooting it out with, 6-speed manual versus 6-speed manual, Mustang versus Mustang, and see what happens. The other side to that is I'll probably still post some Tesla stuff. My daily driver is a Tesla, which I know is weird for being a hot rod Fox body Mustang guy, but that's my daily, and it works. I work at Tesla, so I charge for free at work, and it works out for me, financially and safety wise, and etc. So that'll kind of become one of the cars that films some stuff. Other than that, it's hard for me to think about what else this channel can be and what else I'm gonna do. I do want to mention something about Reno, Nevada, and where I live. There's a bunch of cool hot rods. We have a bunch of people coming out on Hot August Nights, which is an event that is hosted every year in Reno in the beginning of August. And there's some sick cars out here. But one of the issues with Reno is we don't have E85 at all, and probably never will. And we only have 91 octane gas, so it's hard to put high horsepower in cars. Um, and another variable to that is the elevation's bad. So typically around Reno, it's gonna be anywhere from 4,000 to 5,000, maybe even 6,000 DA and elevation, um, which is not good for cars. Uh, Boosted cars can handle it decently, but again, when you're going into boosted cars, you don't want to be running on 91 octane. So this channel will probably never be super fast. I'll probably never be going as fast as Cletus McFarlane or other YouTubers, or even Mike down in the Bay Area, or whatever YouTubers you follow. I probably won't be going as fast as them. But I will be doing some cool stuff and some cool cars, and especially people in similar elevation climates, Colorado, or people out here in Reno, and hopefully some cats in the Bay Area. Like, they'll get an understanding of Reno's car culture. I'm not the biggest on like car meets or like anything like that. I don't think I've been to one in probably 10 years. And I do just focus a lot of my time on family and friends and work. But that being said, like, I love cars. I've loved cars since I was a little kid. My kids love cars. So I want to surround them with cool cars. Like, that's the main goal with everything I'm going to do car related, is to surround my kids with cool 80s, 90s classic cars that I really like. And hopefully that they grow to really like, and hopefully I'm capable of giving them those cars and letting them drive them and letting them have fun and letting them be, the new rendition of me. Because they're my sons, and that's what I want them to be. But if that's not what they want, that's not what they want. We'll see. I'm gonna let my kids do whatever they want. If they want to be, straight or gay or Republican or Democrat or whatever, I don't care, as long as they know I love them and that I support them and that I want to give them the best life they can have. Yeah. So anyways, that's the update of what's going on. I'll have some more updates of what's going on with the Mustang. I just posted a really short clip, small update of what's going on in the Mustang. But I'm basically planning on getting it running and then strapping some cameras onto it for the first drive. And that's when my channel will really kick off. So it could be a couple weeks. We have a vacation plan in LA. We're going to Flogna, the festival, Tyler the Creator, all that stuff in November. But after that, it's kicking high gear, get the car running and driving, and make some videos. I plan on whipping out the camera every time I'm pulling this car out, every time I'm going to race, every time I'm gonna set a new draggy, like score, whatever. We're gonna see some things with the draggy on the street. Again, high elevation, 91 octane, but you're gonna see where I'm kind of at baseline when I first get it running, and then you're gonna see what happens when I put Nitto tires on it. You're gonna see what happens if I put slicks on it, or some like Mickey Thompson's, maybe drag radial or something. You're gonna see what happens if I put a nitrous kit on it, if I put a turbo kit on it, and you're gonna see all of that. And that's kind of the beginning of the channel, and that's what I have had to say. Uh, I'll also like to say I'm bad at looking at the camera properly. I notice my eyes wander over here, over there, over there. I hear a noise and I'm looking all over the place. I'm sorry about that, but I'm a beginner. But this is something I've always wanted to do, and I'm doing it. I'm gonna be a car YouTuber. I don't know how successful I'll be, but I'm gonna be a car YouTuber, and I'm gonna drive my Mustang all over the place, and I'm gonna flip and sell some cars, and maybe kind of do like a, maybe even a Richard Rollins Gas Monkey garage type thing with the selling cars. I do plan on never restoring cars from scratch. I kind of want to stay away from paint and body work on any of the cars I plan on selling and flipping. I kind of want them to be all original, or someone else did all that really hard work, which I really appreciate. It's very hard work to do body shop stuff and paint and all that, and it's very time consuming, and sometimes cars are just never right after it. So maybe I'll show you what to look for when you're buying a car that's been repainted. But I plan on, getting those cars and flipping them and creating a business. And my end goals are huge. I want to give back to the community. I want to like host free go-kart track things every week for kids. I want to, barbecue every month or whatever, and just be able to let kids enjoy the cool cars that I own and that I've always appreciated, and just kind of give them full access. I'm not going to be giving kids the keys to cars and letting them drive on the street, but, let them climb all over them and see what's interesting to them about it, and try to make it less boring. Maybe not have just like a pamphlet with all the spec sheets on a car and say, hey kid, read this. Like, I want to make it attractive and fun to look at. And I know I say 90s or 80s, 90s classic cars. They are classic cars. Anything over 25 years old is a classic car. So all of them are classics. 99 and below are classics now. And, I might get into some true 60s, 70s, maybe even 50s, maybe even 20s cars one day if I can afford it and it's cool. But, that's the plan. Last thing is I'm growing out my hair for the winter. So I'm going to leave it growing until spring. So you might get kind of wild. But in the spring, I'll start chopping all this down, and hopefully I'll be thinner and in better shape by then. Not hopefully, I will be thinner and better shape by then. And if not, you can hold me accountable. And I'm just going to in spring, people will see I'm just going to change into like a new person again. And that's also when the Mustang will be able to really come out and really be able to be doing some stuff, going to tuning shops, getting probably nitrous, and, maybe the seat reupholstered, all that stuff. So anyways, that's about it. My name's Nate. People call me Mr. Nate. You can see a license plate back there that says Mr. Nate, and another one, and another one. I got one on my Tesla too. And that's it. So welcome to Mr. Nate Automobiles. If this is your first time listening, thanks for listening this far. If you made it all the way this far, I appreciate you. And I hope you guys can watch my family grow, watch me grow, watch my car collection grow, watch my business grow, and just watch my passion and my love for these cars that I've been neglecting to be able to get into the way I want to get into. So thank you guys. Peace out.